Very good afternoon to you, Manishi, and it has been a eventful week of sorts because you had so many events to watch out for, be it the US elections, be it the FOMC rate decision. Also, you had back home, you had Diwali, and you had to look at the Diwali sales, the auto sales numbers. Tell me, how are you reading all of these various signs that you're getting in for the markets? Firstly, let's talk about the US elections.
Absolutely. That's possibly the most important development that the whole world had been waiting for, including financial asset investors, both equity and fixed income. And the apprehension originally was that we would get a long drawn out result environment in the sense that it'll be a very close call. And the final results would not be quite available for a few days. But that hasn't come to pass. And we have, a landslide victory for the Republicans, which is obviously a good outcome for U.S. equities because that, almost certainly leads to corporate tax cuts. It also leads to lower regulations in certain sectors, like banks, for example. But at the same time, it's not so good news for fixed income because it means that the fiscal deficit in the United States is going to rise. It would also mean, as a consequence of the anti-immigration policies and, deporting thousands of illegal immigrants, labor costs will possibly rise up going forward. And as a consequence, we will likely have higher inflation, which could in turn lead the Fed, the FOMC, to have a slightly slower pace of cutting interest rates than was anticipated earlier. So what does this mean? I mean, when we all put this together, it's good for U.S. equities, bad for U.S. fixed income. And at the same time, it may not be such good news for emerging market equities because it also means that the US dollar would stay stronger than anyone had anticipated. We have already seen that. And likely this environment will continue for longer, which means that money will continue to flow out of emerging markets. So it's kind of a mixed bag, and investors will have to navigate carefully across the financial asset spectrum.